Welcome again to Military Guna TV, and we're here to discuss Martinelli. Yeah, so Martinelli has been massive. Welcome, Rolando. Welcome, Harrigan, in the chat as early as possible. Welcome to you guys. So we want to speak about Martinelli because Martinelli has been slightly a raising concern for me. To be fair, I'm kind of getting a bit concerned over Martinelli right now. I've seen a situation where Martinelli could have gotten a few minutes, and it is now giving me a feeling of being concerned. And we all know Martinelli is a quality player, quality youngster as well, highly rated, have high expectations on his back as well. And we're now in this phase where Martinelli has been absent for so long. And to be honest, when a player is absent from the first team for so long, it's definitely going to take a while for him to find back his footing, to perform as though he wanted to, or perform as though he used to perform. And as I said before, it's going to be difficult. It's really, really going to be difficult. And I would really like to see him finding himself, finding back himself on the right track that he was actually on previously injuries. And I want to get a bit into what is happening with him. So Roland said Martinelli has been starved of games. He needs match fitness now. That is true. That is true. I think he has been starved. He has actually been overstarved of game right now, and it is so very unfortunate to see a 32, 33-year-old player such as Willian getting so much game time over Martinelli, a player like Martinelli, which is the future of the club. And it is getting a bit, as much as though I respect the coach, I respect the manager, as a fan, it is feeling a bit frustrating for the young man. And if I am a fan and I'm feeling frustrated for Martinelli, I do believe that it's going to be feel the same way for him, because we know that he's a quality player. Himself know that he's a quality player. And for him to not get that much game time, it has to be infuriating for him when he see the likes of William starting over him week in, week out. And he knows that he has the quality. He definitely knows that he has the quality. So, Zane Thompson, welcome to the chat, Zane Thompson. I wouldn't say poor management, but it's hard to drop those ahead of him. Yeah, that's a valid take, and I do understand what you're saying. But look at this. This young man has so much potential. He has so much potential, and I think now it is the time now has become where we have to integrate him. We have to integrate him into the first team at some point in time. We can't wait until when we're in dire of needs before we start to think about integrating him into the first team. And I am a massive Arteta fan, and for someone like me to come out and question this now, it means a lot, because I've been defending that situation for so long. And now I've seen where the last time I've seen Martinelli play, it possibly was in maybe January. And that is not good. For the entire Premier League this season, he has had 5 appearances. 5 appearances. Well, 6 appearances, 1 in Europa. Let me get his stats. I don't want to quote any lie, but he has had a few appearances. But the appearances that he had is not sufficient enough to foster a player such as Martinelli. He's a quality player, and he needs time. He needs footballing. He needs playing time in his leg to really push him on. So I can't defend Mikel Arteta anymore, or to a certain extent, because the time will come where Martinelli will need game time. That time will come where he will need game time. We have to be respectful and pay him and give him that game time, because we can't wait until the ship totally sink before we say, okay, let's give him some time. We have to see what he's capable of at some point in time. I still think Arteta has plans with him. Yes, Arteta do have plans with him. Yes, I think that's not even a question. He does have plans with him, and he speak about him really, really highly. You speak about him extremely highly, but as I said before, my issue is when will the time come where we'll see Martinelli be integrated into the first team? And that is my issue because he must be integrated in the first team at some point in time. When will that time come? I really hope he makes an appearance against Olympiacos in the second leg. I do that. I do as well because um he has the first thing first. Martinelli has a very long future with us. He has a long future with us. He has time. He has time on his side, but we can't use it as an excuse for him not playing right now. That can't be an excuse for Martinelli not playing right now. Yes, he has time, but we have to give him game time at some point in time. He has to play. He has to play. That is all I'm saying. He has to play at some particular time. We can get the same productivity from Martinelli that we get from Saka, and that's only come from when he fully develops match fitness and is rearing and actually doing what is required of him. That is when we're going to get the full 100 from Martinelli. Other than that, we're going to have to just wait to see what is going to happen with him. But we can't wait because if in certain games, you see him, game running to the minutes like 5, 6, 60, 70 minutes of the game. Give him 10 minutes. Give him 10 minutes. Let him come on. Let him feel himself. Let him get a feel of the game. We were winning the Olympiacos. We were beating Olympiacos. At least those last minutes of the game, you could bring him on, let him get a feeling of the game, because he had so much change. He had quite a few amount of changes that you could have made. Bring him on, let him get a feel of the game, get back his legs into the feeling of playing football for Arsenal Football Club. Let him get that feeling, that youthful exuberance back in his bone again. And if it goes too long, we might end up starting to see a Martinelli that we are not used to, and then we're going to start complaining about quality. No, one thing I know about football is that the less playing time you get, the more likely your level is going to drop. The more likely your level is going to drop. And for us to keep Martinelli on that level, we have to integrate him as sooner rather than later. It is really, really important for us to integrate Martinelli in this team right now. I'm not saying exactly right now, but we have to find some ways. Arteta has to find some ways or some means in integrating Martinelli in the team. As I was saying, like against Olympiacos, we saw in the last minute of the game, he could have come on. Martinelli could have come on and guide the game through. His intensity, his versatility could have added a bit into the latter stages of the game, and we know that he has these abilities. So he could have come on and bring at least something like that to us. See, I agree, Martinelli can't go from being generational to being not even on the bench. He's on the bench, but the problem is he's generational, but he can't move from being generational to not getting game time. Remember now, last season, Martinelli was on our main man. You could remember last season when Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang was out. Martinelli take up the mantle. And he carried us. He scored like three goals or 4 goals in 3 games. That's what Martinelli did. That is Martinelli. That's what he can do. Now, if you should realize how Martinelli play, yes, we could bring cross excuse that he plays similar to Aubameyang. He plays in similar position, but in the same sense, when you're taking off Aubameyang, and even when you're bringing on Lacazette, you can also bring on Aubameyang. In the Europa League, you have so much change. You have up to like five change. Is it 5 change you have in the Europa League? There has to be time where you can integrate him into the squad. I would like him to come on the 68th minute, definitely. Before playing against Olympiacos in the second leg. Playing against Olympiacos in the second leg, and we're leading. If we're playing against Olympiacos in the second leg and we're leading, and in 70 minutes, those are the ideal time to bring on Martinelli. If there's an injury fear, if there's a fear for injury, in those 70 minutes, that's a perfect time to bring on Martinelli. Say, go and do what you have to do, because I can guarantee you that his tenacity, his energy, his willingness to drive forward, that could be a plus, a big, a massive positive going into those latter stages of the game. He should start against Olympiacos. Well, I'm not definitely advocating for him to start against Olympiacos, but what I am saying is because it will be very difficult for him not to play so much games, to be out for so much games, and then just throw him in the deep end like that. That will be very, very difficult. Even though we've seen it with El Nini, but he's a young man, we have to protect him, but yet still he has to get game time. So for me personally, I think that Mikel Arteta management of Martinelli has been a poor one. I do believe it has been a poor one, and I have so many friends who always argue on WhatsApp about it and in football discussions. And personally, I'm saying it right now that I believe that he's been managed quite poorly, and I think Mikel Arteta could have done something better in the management, the man management aspect of his Mikel Arteta's personal managerial skills. Also, try his best to get more associated with the players because he has this rootless mean streak, and it seems as if the players are really angry, afraid of him. Because even in yesterday's his press conference, his post-match press conference, you saw where he was so upset. He was still upset in that press conference, and people was like, "You just won the game, so why are you so upset?" So these are the things I think that in that aspect, that is something that he has to work on. Quick predict he will come on and he'll tap. Hopefully, well, I'm hoping Harrigan, definitely I'm hoping that he will come on and do something. I'm hoping that he will come on and show what he has, because we know Martinelli, we know what he's capable, we know exactly what Martinelli is capable of. We have seen this man score worldly against Chelsea, running across the entire pitch in the latter stages of the game, securing a point for Arsenal Football Club. These are historical moments, and historical moments being made by a future legend of the club. We have to protect him, because time will come where this football club would be looking towards the likes of Emil Smith-Rowe, Martinelli, and Saka as our future. Big up, Loeb. Big up HJ90 for coming in the house. Big up. We need a left winger if Arteta sees him as a striker. Yes, that is the thing. Arteta solely sees Martinelli as his centre striker moving forward. And the problem with that is we just re-signed Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang on a 3-year deal that would carry Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and up until he's 33 years of age. But guess what? Martinelli is 19 years of age, and I can't see Martinelli at age 21 still not getting game time because Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is still here and still scoring. We can't afford that. Martinelli has a high ceiling, and we can't afford to lose Martinelli's ability, because if you don't, let me tell you about football. If you don't play, his quality will drop, and that is a fact. His quality will drop if he don't play. There's a reason why Saka has been on this upstream since then. Look at Saka's upstream, just rising, because he's playing consistent game and he's learning whilst he's playing, and he's getting better at what he does. And this allows him the opportunity to get better at what he's doing. But guess what? Martinelli sitting on the bench is not going to get better sitting on the bench. This young man has the talent to become one of the best in our history, in the history of the club. He has the potential to become a best in this club. Now look at it. This June coming, he'll definitely turn 21. So Ronaldo said, I see him as a striker as well. I see Martinelli as a striker. I know Mikel Arteta sees Martinelli as a striker, but my problem is, as I said before, the contract that Aubameyang got, it really infuriates, or it mixed along with the growth of Martinelli, because if Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang gets a 3-year contract, the likes of Gabriel Martinelli, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is a striker. He's the one who Mikel Arteta wants to play straight down the middle. If Mikel Arteta see Martinelli as a striker, it's going to conflict with Aubameyang's contract with Martinelli becoming that striker that he wanted to, that we want him to become. Because Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang would be striking for us for the next 2 seasons. Then now we'd have to be waiting for Martinelli. So one of 2 things. There's a strong possibility we might see Martinelli going out on loan, and that I think Arsenal fan base will rage over if we should stand there and watch Martinelli to go out on loan. And that would be an uproar in the fan base. Because personally, I wouldn't want to see Martinelli going out alone. I want him to stay here and grow with us. I want him to make us better. But if what I'm saying is correct with the contract that Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang get and the position that Mikel Arteta wants Martinelli to play, it's going to be very, very difficult. And if we want the likes of Saka, Emile Smith-Rowe, and Nicolas Pepe to grow, all these players to grow together, they have to play together to grow together. That is how our football teams is formed. That is how a bond is built in the football team. That is how you form partnership right across the field itself. That is how the partnerships are formed. And that is the best way going forward. Big up Sekaya for joining the chat. Zane Thompson, big up for joining the chat as well. I'm definitely a striker, but the very least he should play wing or game time. I would be okay with him playing on the wing. I would definitely be okay with him playing on the wing, learning his trade. It's okay with him to learn what he's doing right now, learning his trade, taking his time, getting better at what he does best, which is playing football and scoring goals. So by the time Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang should leave, the time will come where Martinelli would be that lone person up front. But for now, we have to get him game time for him to continue to learn his trade, continue to scoring goals. Scoring goals give you that confidence. Scoring goals give you that pride. It gives you that feeling that you are better than whatever is trying to hold you down in the game of football. That is what scoring goal does. It gives you confidence that you can go into different situations and score goals. The more goals you score, the more likely you are to win games. And winning games breed confidence. So these are all the plus that I would associate it with Martinelli. Move into Arsenal first team as soon as possible. Mikel Arteta has to do something to get Martinelli into that first team as best as possible. So, Zane said, how about playing striker and Laka as well? How does Laka fit in with Martinelli? All right, so in regards to Laka, we have seen cases where Arsenal have been linked with so many strikers. We have been linked with so many strikers and we're looking past what we already have, which is we already have Martinelli. We have already had Martinelli in our academy. Well, not in our team, and he should be the one looking forward, looking on to make that next step into the first team. So I am not a big fan of going out there and getting a striker right now because we have so much goal scorer in the team right now that are actually not getting game time, that there's no game time guaranteed for them. So I've seen so much things. I've been even recruiting at the scout report. I've done transfer daily as well on players that are linked with Arsenal Football Club. And I do think that they might not come because we have the likes of Martinelli and he has to integrate into the team. This young man has to integrate into the team. So Rolando said, I will not accept a loan move for Martinelli. He's already showed us he's ready for a first team. And that is it. We can't accept a loan move for Martinelli. This is what the 3-year contract that Aubameyang signed did. Aubameyang signed a 3-year contract, right? And I did the maths earlier. So Aubameyang is 30, Martinelli is 19. The 3-year contract will carry Aubameyang up until he's 33. That 3-year contract will carry Martinelli up until he's 22 years of age. Now, at age 22, I don't think Martinelli should be at the fringe of the team. No, Martinelli, at age 18, Martinelli shows that he can lead the line. At age 18, Martinelli shows that he can lead the line at age 18. So I can't see a reason why at age 22, Martinelli should be at the fringes. Martinelli should be in the first team right now. Let him get his proper fitness back. But coming to this new season, Martinelli has to get game time. And I'm talking about solid game time. Where if that is the case, put Martinelli on the left, put Saka on the right, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang up front. If that is the case. The likes of Pepe would have to wait. We spend the money on Pepe. And we can't say... let me be frank. Martinelli has a higher ceiling. Martinelli and Saka has a higher ceiling than Nicolas Pepe. You can quote me, you can clip me, you can say anything. I believe Martinelli has a higher ceiling than Nicolas Pepe. And that is a fact. He has a higher ceiling. Yes, Martinelli has not blossomed like Pepe because Pepe is a senior player. But Martinelli has the ceiling, has a higher ceiling than both Saka and Pepe. And both Nicolas Pepe. Martinelli and Saka has a higher ceiling than Nicolas Pepe. These guys can take us so far. Martinelli is like in the mold of a Cristiano Ronaldo, a purebred goal scorer. Purebred goal scorer. Has nothing else to do to score goals. And Saka is in the mold of a Lionel Messi, someone a finesse touch pass getting involved in the game, creating, doing things in the game. That is what Saka bring forward, bring across in this team. So Ashton said, if Arteta sees him as a striker, why doesn't Arteta implement him in the team by playing wide like in Henry, Martial, Jesus? Put him up front now in this league, he will get targeted like Saka. No, but all right, so there's nothing wrong with being targeted. There's nothing wrong with being targeted. When you're targeted, when you as a player are being targeted, let me tell you some of the things that does. That means that you are a quality player. That is first thing. It tells you that players are fearful of you. Teams are fearful of you. When you're being targeted, it means that teams are being fearful of you. Managers are putting game plan to facilitate you. That tells more about you than the other teams. Because if you're playing football, right? It's like when you're playing against Barcelona. The one person you think about is Lionel Messi. How can you stop Lionel Messi? What you should do to stop Lionel Messi? That is what I see it as. So, which means that Lionel Messi is the best player in Barcelona team, and you want to stop him. He's the prime person to stop. You are not going. You don't care about anyone else. Let's stop Lionel Messi, and we'll stop Barcelona. This is what happened right now. Let's stop Saka, and you stop Arsenal, and that is it. So, if you're being targeted, it tells a lot about you rather than the club you're playing for, or rather than the club you're playing against. Big up Sentiment FC. Big up Wagwan. There, enjoy yourself, cool, relax, and walk and do some discussion about Martinelli. MG, I turn to the light side. I'm sick and tired of the manager. Yeah, really. Tell what is up, Sentiment? Tell me what's going on. What did he do? Martinelli, in my opinion, Ronald Codner said Martinelli, in my opinion, has the highest ceiling in the team. Woo. Martinelli has the highest ceiling in the team. That is a strong claim. That is definitely a strong claim. But I think Saka, both of them have really, really good ceiling. But I just think that Saka, Saka is special. Saka is really, really special. Both Saka and Martinelli have really, really high ceiling. We have to respect that. Both Saka and Martinelli have really, really high ceiling. So I won't say which one have the highest ceiling. But Martinelli, to be fair, Martinelli and Saka have proven that they can lead this team as young as they are. They can lead this team. And that goes to show more about them than the team itself. Because what we can say these are two youngsters who the team are relying on. But think about it. I want you guys to think about it. Is it the quality of the team or the quality of the players? Answer that question for me, guys. Is it the quality of the team or the quality of the players? Because I have a rebuttal, but I want you guys to give me some answers first. So the question is, in regards to Martinelli and Saka, why they are so good, is it because of how poor Arsenal is, or how good both Martinelli and Saka are? Martinelli has a strong team connection with Tierney, very, very strong. Can you imagine all those crosses that Tierney is putting inside the 18-yard box? Can you imagine Martinelli on top of those? My word, I can tell Martinelli will be scoring a lot of goals. So Sentiment FC said, I think Martinelli is a hybrid player, has a hybrid playing style of Cannibal, Suarez, and Sexy Sanchez. Yeah, all right, so that is it. These are rare, very, very rare players. But the thing is, well, I can say, yeah, he definitely is that mold. Sanchez, Suarez, high intensity, aggressive, run all day, Cannibal. Tierney and Martinelli and Gabriel is the left side for years. And on the right-hand side, who is on the right-hand side? I am Saliba. What right back? Saliba, Lamptey, and Saka. Saliba, Lamptey, and Saka. I'm going to do up. So this is my dream lineup. Think about it, guys. My dream lineup. You know Donnarumma, right? So Donnarumma in goal. Centre back pairing. Gabriel and Saliba. At right back, we have Lamptey. At left back, we have Kieran Tierney. The captain is Kieran Tierney, right? Kieran Tierney is our captain. Now, this is what happened now. In my midfield, I have Frank Kessié or Bobakari Samori and Party in my midfield as a double pivot. Those are my double pivot. If not Samari or Kessié, I would take Buendia beside Thomas Partey. Now, the attacking three, this is my attacking three. On the right-hand side, as you all know, Bukayo Saka. In the central attacking midfield area, we have Emil Smith-Rowe because he has a very high ceiling as well. Over on the left-hand side, we have Martinelli. Up front, you have Odison Edward. That would be my dream team for now. Let us see if that can happen. I'm going to do that. Guys, I'm going to go in my community post. I'm going to put my dream team up. Hopefully you guys can see it and hit the like on that and tell me what you think about it when I put it up. So Sentiments FC says Saka has the highest ceiling, but Martinelli will have a better career. Being Brazilian, get a move to Real Madrid or Lorca. And Barca, she said, Saka really has Martinelli a high ceiling. The thing about Saka is that the country that he's playing for is a problem. He won't get a World Cup playing for England. Saka won't get a World Cup playing for England. It's like Lionel Messi. He's so good, but the country that he's playing for, the players around him does not complement him. So he will not get a World Cup. Yes, he tried. He brought Argentina to final, and he couldn't went over the line. But guess what? He brought them to the final. Why is it that he has to be the one turn up in every single game? Come on, someone must can bear the burden at some point in time. I see Ronaldo went in a cup final. I think it's a Euro final. I think, and he didn't play, and he won the trophy, and he was the one celebrating, and he's the one who got the hype for it. He didn't play, and he won the trophy, and he got the hype for it. So, at some point in time, someone has to bring Lionel Messi to a final, and he would lift the trophy. And I can tell you, if Lionel Messi lift a World Cup trophy, come on, the greatest ever, greatest sport. Arteta fans making excuses for him. If Arteta sees him as a central striker, why was he playing Abba on the left and Lacazette as a right, as a 10? All right, I think that was definitely just how would I put it now? Maybe we're just trying something, I believe. Maybe we're just trying something, but I am not saying that. Remember now, guys, I am okay with Arteta being the manager. So, but for now, I like when I'm seeing wrong. I am okay with Arteta being manager, but I can criticize him when I see him doing things in which I think he can do better on, and this is one of those things I think he can do better on. Definitely. I think I'm not going to be. I'm an Arteta in fan, but I am not deluded and I am not so biased because I can't see when he's doing something wrong. I won't explain everything that when he does it, when he do those things wrong and build excuses for him. No, I will not. I won't build excuses for him. So when he gets it wrong, he gets it wrong. But I'm okay with being supporting what he's doing right now. But let's see how far that go. So as I said, if Arteta sees him as a central striker, why play Abba on the left and Lacazette as 10? Why not play Abba? That is a valid point. The thing is, we've seen Aubameyang, we've seen Lacazette playing in number 10 quite so often, and he tries, but it doesn't suit him. Yes, he can link up play, but the vision that like the players like Odegaard, also Smith-Rowe has, the movement, the hip, the swivel of the hip turn in those small places. That is not Lacazette. Lacazette a bit heavy on the legs, and yes, he can pass the ball, but that is definitely not Lacazette. How good are they? Because other teams are struggling to handle them. That is the thing. No, I am quite sure that the likes of Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp, these guys, when you're playing against Arsenal, they set out players to hurt these players. Why? Because they know the quality. And I can tell you, these players are players that can walk into these big teams. They can go into these big teams. And that is the reason why I said that Martinelli and Saka are players that are just quality. They are just good. They are just that good. They are definitely just that good. Sentiment SC, I turned because I thought this decision have pushed me. Man managed and dropping Cedric and Pepe. And when they play well, you keep your shirt. Lines up and the favoritism and the political lies. Facts. I won't deny that. He said that as a player, you will be rewarded of how good you're playing, of your current form. No, my question is no. Willian is on good form. Will you drop Willian, right? Willian is on good form. Will you drop Willian? But I would never drop Cedric Suarez. Cedric Suarez offers so much more. Yeah, I won't deny Bellerin did have a good game yesterday. He did have a good game, but I wouldn't have dropped Cedric Suarez. I wouldn't have dropped Cedric Suarez because he has been so good recently, and he offers something that Bellerin doesn't. The ability to get inside of the 18-yard, to get off those good shots, those crosses. These are things that Cedric Suarez offers, and they enlighten us. So Martinelli, the political lies, Arteta, the political lies, that's a fact. Favoritism, I do see favoritism. Players like Granit Xhaka, favoritism. Willian, favoritism. Even Aubameyang gets a bit of favoritism at times. People might say Saka gets favoritism, but I think Saka is playing for his spot. Willian gets rewarded instantly for one good game, even when Pepe was in. And that is a fact. That is as a player, if I was Pepe, I would be annoyed. If I was Nicolas Pepe, I would be so annoyed. I would be so annoyed. And that is the reason why each time you see Pepe play, it's like he's playing with vengeance, like he has something to prove. Like he said, you consistently drop me for someone who's not as good as me. So I think that is the situation with Nicolas Pepe. But not what I said is facts. Favoritism, evident. He's not even hiding the favoritism. Because a player like Granit Xhaka, well, somebody else make it a bit more, somebody else really make it really difficult now. He had 2 Arrow show back-to-back, so somebody else, there's no case for somebody else. What we're seeing now, there's also, we see the likes of El Nini trying to force himself in contention to go in the starting lineup. But we know for a fact that Granit Xhaka and Willian are Arteta's 2 favorite persons. And that will not change. He says he picked off training when they went to bed, when it counts on the pitch. Don't drop them. He says he picked players on merit. They play well, they get dropped, go missing for a game. So for example, Willian will go missing 2 or 3 games, he still play. Pepe has two good games. Oh my god. It's like to be fair, let me be honest with you. Let me be honest. Let me be honest, guys. This is Arteta. This is Arteta, right? This is Pepe. This is Nicolas Pepe. This is Pepe. Each time Pepe has a good game, this is Arteta around Pepe's throat. That is Arteta. Each time Pepe has a good game. That is Arteta. Each time Pepe has a good game, that is exactly what Arteta does. Arteta go in the dressing room and hold Pepe and squeeze his throat. So Pepe, you're not to have any good games. Have bad games where I can left you out of the team and I have no one saying anything about me. All right, so Cedric being dropped is a sin. Yeah, definitely. I didn't understand that. That one I couldn't account for that one at all. I definitely couldn't account for that one at all. And there's no excuse for that one, to be fair. There's none whatsoever. No excuse at all. Oh, so man, I've been here so long. I wanted to get into some of Martinelli's statistics, what we're seeing this season. So this is Martinelli's statistics for this season, guys. It is a shame. It is a real shame. A player such as Martinelli, these are his statistics for this season. Martinelli has played 9 games. He has made 9 appearances and only has 1 assist in those 9 appearances. The entire game. And the team possibly played about almost 40-50 games now already. We've played almost 40 games this season, and Martinelli only has 9 appearances. Yes, we know because of injury, whatever. But as I said before, they could have definitely done better. Arteta could have done better in this regard. Now, let me go on to last season. These are Martinelli's statistics for last season. These are statistics. So let me go. Good. All right. So this is actually pre-lockdown. This would actually be pre-lockdown. Because lockdown would have been, when was the last game? On the 27th of the 2nd. Okay. No. Martinelli's statistics for last season was actually, he had 26 appearances, right? Made and scored 10 goals and 4 assists. So in 26 appearances, Martinelli has a goal contribution of 14. That is double figures for his first season. And in those 26 appearances, bear in mind, most of them are actually off the bench. 10 goals, 4 assists. That's 14 goal contribution in 26 appearances. 14 goal contribution. He's averaging basically a goal or an assist per game. He averages a goal and an assist per game. That is good. I'm telling you that is good. Mm-hmm. Sentiment FC said, all I can say is 3 days, 3 a day, 3 guys, 3 of the guys them from Arteta penetrating. Oh, well, penetrating. All right, so, look, Willian, Xhaka, I won't even go there. So, so basically, these are the statistics for Martinelli for last season. And we can remember that he has been in good form. In the Europa League, he was our top performer in the Europa League. Listen to this. Martinelli played 7 games in Europa League. Bellerin. That is the one that I was missing. Those are the 3 guys. Xhaka, Willian, Bellerin. Xhaka, Willian, Bellerin. Those are the 3 guys. So in Europa League last year, Martinelli had played 7 games and had a goal contribution of 6. 3 goals, 3 assists. 3 goals, 3 assists. Goal contribution of 6 in 7 games. That is immaculate. That is really, really good. Martinelli can't get 10 minutes last Europa games, Burnley, or last Europa game against Burnley or Leicester must be. Yeah, definitely he should have gotten minutes in those. Even as I said, let's see what is going to happen next week if he's going to get the minutes, because he definitely does. And questions are being asked. Definitely questions are being asked right now. I think people are not deluded anymore and know that there's something has to be wrong. All right, so he has an excuse. This is the excuse that Arteta had. Martinelli went out on a long-term injury, right? When he came back, he played a full game. Then the next game he had an injury. Then the next game he had another injury. So that is the only way Mikel Arteta end up with that leeway. That is the only way. But I can't see it anymore. He has to. Something has to happen. Something has to happen. And we can't use fear, because he has to play at some point in time. He has to play at some point in time. Martinelli has to play. When will that time come? That is my problem. When will that time come where Martinelli will play? When will that time come? Well, anyways, guys, all right. So thank you very much, for joining me. I did enjoy that small chat. I've been here longer than I actually expected, but this has been a Military Guna TV. Thank you very much, Sentiment FC, Ronaldo as well. Who else came in the chat? Ashton as well. Big up, guys. Big up. Thank you for coming in. Sekaya came in as well. HG90 Loeb came in the chat as well. Zane Thompson came in the chat. Mr. Roland, as I said before. So, guys, thank you very much for checking in and spending this small 30 minutes with me. And definitely we'll have a chat. I'm gonna have to go and check on the youth team. The youth academy is playing a game right now. Balogun is back in the team, as you all know. I may have to do a video on Balogun himself, because I think that Balogun is actually being misled by his agent. So I'll definitely do a video on that quite soon enough. So thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for coming in. This has been Military Guna TV. Oh my word, Sentiment. You guys are sending in things right now. Martin Leval is depreciated 70 million under Emery now, 20 million. Is it me or Saka look poor and leggy last two game? I think it might be fatigue. I think it can be fatigue. But I'm not, as I said before, I'm not worried about Saka. Saka and Martin, these guys, I'm not worried about them. What these guys need are proper game management, and I can tell you. Remember, both of them are 19. Both of them are 19, and they are playing at the highest level. They are playing at the highest level, and they can play at the highest level. So I'm not worried about them. Ronaldo said Willian, Xhaka, and Bellerin can do no wrong. I think they have news of. They must have some news of Arteta. So maybe that is the reason. There are some secret for Arteta, and Arteta don't want it to leak, so he has to play them. Or maybe in Williams' contract, there's something to imply that he has to play in every game. So, guys, thank you very much, guys, for being here. I really appreciate you guys being here. Saka needs rest, proper rest as well. Take out Saka, bring in Martinelli. Good. So, guys, thank you very much for joining me. Military Guna TV. I am out.